All right. I'm going to do a 2-hour session now. Uh, and it's going to be two tables, two tables. I won't explain exactly what I'm doing, but I got something cooking here. Two tables. That's what we're going to do. Open the replayer. Get that set up. Hydra. We have to 3-bet on the left. There, replayer set. On the right, what do we want to do? Guess we check now. I don't know. On the left, we'll bet small. On the right, we'll take the showdown. On the left, so this dude overcalled a 3-bet. I'm gonna check turn. On the right, we'll squeeze as well. And on the left, you know, just try and take the showdown and hope he has something like pocket sevens, I guess, that peels flop. He had pocket sixes, so we were close. I gotta start the time. Start. We'll 3-bet on the left. There, we're good now. Alright. Close this. There. Organize some stuff a little bit here. And then we can get we'll open this on the left. I'm not going to zoom in on the tables. I'm just going to leave them as they are. Don't really need to zoom in on two tables anyway. So, King 8 on this board. We could bet, we could check. I'm going to check this time. No backdoor flush draw. We did roll a high number. So we shall check. Turn. I think I call. If I had something like Queen 8, this would be worse. I guess I'll never have Queen 8 here. It's a bad river. Now we lose to Jack Queen and whatever else. Do we want to bluff with this? That is the question. I mean, maybe. Does he fold a Jack? I think I will. I don't know. Maybe this isn't great against these guys. I mean, we're not trying to fold out an ace here. We're trying to fold out something like King Jack, Queen Jack, Jack 9. Yeah, so that hand, we're not looking to fold out an ace there. But I don't think I had many bluffs once that river comes down. I'm trying to think of what I call with on turn that would be bluffing river. And we got pocket eights on the right. Yeah, I think I mean, it's a big size. We do have the 8 of clubs, but I think we call. Bet on the left. Take showdown on the right. Jacks that didn't 3-bet from the small blind. Okay. I can't see that being too loose. Like, I doubt he plays a 9 that way. But he might, given that he played jacks that way. I don't know. 3-bet on the left. Easy 3-bet on the right. We'll 3-bet this sometimes. I don't think we 3-bet it 70% of the time, though. We'll go for the call this time. Get 4-bet on the left. King queen is going to be a fold. Jack 9 on the right is going to be a call. And on this turn, do we want to bet? Do we want to check? We probably want to do a bit of both with this hand. 9 roll will bet. So this is going to feel like I'm accomplishing nothing because it's fairly slow. And everything, so... But we have a plan in mind. We have a plan in mind. We'll see what happens. So King Jack here on the left. I keep wanting to zoom in on the table, but that doesn't exist in this format. Just going to give all these understackers tags as well. King Jack, we probably could check this sometimes as well, but we'll just go with the small bet. We could overbet here as well. That would be a thing, I believe. Nine of hearts. King Jack, no heart. I can't see bluffing here. We'll have 10 Jack. We'll have King Jack with a heart. Check in turn. Running nines. Kind of hard to have a 9 in his position, but again, I'm going to have stuff like Jack 10 no heart sometimes. Things like that. So I don't know if we always bluff this, but yeah, 6s, okay. Don't know if he folds river with that or not, but not sure if we should bluff river there or not. I feel like I got other hands that check turn that will be go-to bluffs rather than King Jack. Especially there, like, does he even fold a queen? I don't know. Maybe I should bluff though. So we'll see what transpires here. All the understackers get a tag when you're two-tabling. 100% of them. Doesn't matter. Do I want to open this? I'm going to fold King 3 on that table. Ace Queen offsuit. I'll go for the 3-bet over here. Get an overcall. Given his stats, I'm just going to give him a label like that. On the left, we're going to 3-bet as well. On the right, we're going to have to fold. We got no choice. Kind of curious as to what this guy does, though. On the left, we flop a gut shot. I think it's the board we're going to bet. I'll bet this time with this hand. And get snap raised. Not much we can do. I mean, at some point this has to end, right? People just can't always have it. Right? As much as they do. But ace 5 suited. I'm actually going to call this time. I don't love 3-betting these hands as much with the fish involved. I'd rather have something like ace jack. Just because he might overcall something like ace 9 suited or ace 10 or ace jack himself. So I don't love these suited aces as much. We have to fold again. Pocket eights. King Jack, I don't think 3-bets very much from these positions. Pocket eights, we can kind of go either way, I think. A little bit on a 22. So I'm hoping what happens here is it feels like I'm accomplishing nothing, but that's alright. I feel like I'm giving up a lot of the hourly and stuff, but this isn't a forever thing anyway. But I feel like I might handle the adversity better if it's not coming at me twice as hard. So it's going to be a lot of hours, but that's alright. Forgot to tag that guy. He's another understacker here. King Queen on the right. We flop a gut shot. No club. Don't think we rolled high enough to check though. Do we barrel turn? I think we can. Do we want to overbet? That is the real question. Maybe. I'm gonna go with normal size though. Essentially hoping he folds something like 8-9 or 7-8 or, you know, something like that. Now, I doubt I have fold equity over an ace, pretty much no matter what I do. And obviously a jack is never going to fold, and we do beat 9-10, so giving up 9-8. Well, he had 9-8 of clubs, so that's unfortunate. That hand might have folded river, but I mean, it's the worst river in the deck to bluff, just about, I would say. So, plan on barreling a heart river. Obviously a 10 river. We had the king and queen non-club as outs there. So, over here is a little weird on the right side when you're squeezing with this many people in. The original opener can just rip it. You see that quite a bit. But once he doesn't, I kind of like this situation. Gonna give this guy a tag for his little maneuver here. Gonna fold on the left. And this flop, I think we're supposed to bet big when we do bet. I'm gonna check and go for the check raise. On the left, I'm gonna 3-bet. And we're just gonna check shove here. Not always 3-betting this on the left, but sometimes, and check shove on the right. King Jack of diamonds. It's not a very good hand. Well, it's a flush draw, I guess. We do hold this time. He did bank the king, though, on turn. That was pretty... It wasn't looking good for us there for a second. But the 4 straight bailed us out, so... There's that. So that's a good example of what I say about what I just said about not like in the ace 5 suited as much as like say that one ace queen, because what he overcalled with king jack, if he had ace jack of diamonds, he was never going to fold pre-flop. If he had ace 10 suited, he's never going to fold. So ace 5 suited, I like to go a little more linear when there's fish involved. King queen, it's a good one. Even king jack I like better than ace 5, just because, you know, he probably won't call. Well, I guess he might call king queen. Maybe not offsuit though. Maybe just king queen suited. I don't know. But king queen's a good one. Ace queen, ace jack. I like those a lot. Even ace 10. I like better. Probably could 3-bet on the right occasionally. Not going to this time though. On the left, we have 2 pair. I don't think we check raise this. It's a little too weak, I think, on this board. Check call. There's just not many turns you're going to be happy with. So I think this hand is standard check call. 4 straight and flush comes in. I mean, there's not much we can do with it. I don't think this hand bluffs. I think we'd have to have... I think pairs probably do bluff, but not this one. I think it would be... Maybe if we had something like, say, King 9... We could bluff with that, maybe. King 8, something like that, but... I don't think King 3. When we have the 2 pair, and we're beating, like... I don't know, Ace 5 or something. So we plop a jack on the right. Do we want to check? Do we want to bet? I think we'll just go for the bet. Turn ace. This hand pretty much has to check, I think. I can't see a reason in the world why you would bet. So we'll go for the check. If we face a bet, it's going to be kind of weird. So now it would be better to have, obviously, Jack Queen, King Jack. Jack 10 and Jack 9 are the worst ones to have. I'm going to fold versus that size with Jack 9 and call when I have obviously Jack X of spades, if that was possible. I don't know if it was. It wasn't. But I'd rather have Jack Queen King Jack. Blocking 8-9, blocking 9-10 is not good. Not good. Those should be his main floats that want to bluff, I think. Yeah. Three bet on the left against Super User. Get an overcall from 18-14. This is disturbing already. I don't like this. We're going to need a set. So this guy probably has Ace King and then maybe something like 10s. Maybe queens even. But I think none of those hands bet. I'm going to check flop. I think he had auto fold on there. Or auto check. I'm going to check again. So, yeah, he either has queens, 9s, or 10s, I think, at this point. So let's block river. Do we block? Might be slightly thin, but I think I'm going to go for it. We get the turbo fold. All right, so maybe, I don't know what he had there, actually. Something he shouldn't have. That's for sure. I think I can play that spot pretty... Does this ever 3-bet this 9-10 suited? Probably sometimes. We'll do it this time. Roll relatively low. Do this a third of the time. Can't be overcooking it by too much if it does 3-bet, but I'm sure it does some non-0%, and even if it doesn't, it's fine to do it sometimes anyway. If you're not doing it that often, especially, which I won't be, so... Pocket fives will open on this table. Super User 3-bets us. 3-bet from the small blind. 67. I'm going to pass. Not going to call 100% with fives there. Even though these guys do flop the sets, but we're not going to. Ace 6 on the right, we'll just 3-bet. This might be overcooking it slightly, but actually with the deeper... we're not that deep. Let's just do it. On the left, we'll c-bet with the ace of spades. We could check this also. We'll c-bet here. We get shoved on the right. Alright. Turn Queen of Spades. Yeah, I think we just bet again. I think the time to overbet could be river. I don't know. Theoretically, like, we want to be able to bet hands like, you know, king, queen and stuff here still. So, yeah, I think on that roll, we're going to go for the gusto here. We do get a fold this time. Pocket threes on this table. I guess we'll open. We got this guy in the big blind, so. Threes with a spade. Do we want to bet against the short stacker? What if we bet and get raised? What's going to happen? I don't know. I'm just going to bet against what I perceive to be a pretty wide, most likely wide range. 7-8 of hearts. I think with this exact 7-8 of hearts, we're going to check raise on the right. If I had 7-8 of spades, I'd probably not. That one's a little dicey. You got some reverse implied odds on your out. 9 comes, he has king jack, you get stacked. And also the 9 is kind of a scary card for him as well, so the implied odds are not that great. It's not the greatest spot ever, but I think with 7-8 of hearts, we want to check raise that. Some of the time anyway. We flop a set on the left. Is this a half pot board or a small bet board? Or a check board? Could be any of those. I'm gonna go small. Ace king on the right. I'm just gonna bet against a guy like this, who I perceive to be well, on the left I should never get shoved on, at least theoretically, I don't think, or very rarely. I'm gonna bet again. Yeah, I'm just starting to see bet more against really wide ranges. That's an adjustment that I'm trying to make here. That ace king I probably check a good amount, but not against the guy with almost any 2 cards. I don't think I'll do as much checking as I have been. Ace jack, I think we just do nothing but check down. Yeah, just fold. Ace 9 of spades. This dude's actually kind of tight so far. Just gonna check fold this board. On the turn, I think we'll bet this. I mean, a lot of his queen X interacts with the board in some way. Queen 10, queen X of hearts, queen 9 suited. Maybe he bets some of those. So king queen has overcards. So yeah, just gonna bet there. Sometimes anyway. So we have a cold 4-bet hand here, but the problem is it's a short stacker. What do we do here? I think we're gonna do this. I should have made it bigger. Didn't realize we were deep. Did not realize we were this deep. We'll go small on flop. All right. Should have went. Wouldn't have mattered. I'd have went bigger and he would have called anyway. So we probably just saved money. Won't be the end of the world either way. So we got a limp fold and ISO. This guy calls. We'll go with half pot on flop this time. Turn, we'll bet again. On the left, into 2 players, we'll start with a small bet. Turn, we'll bet again on the right. Get a fold, and on the left, probably just going to fold any aggression from, at least from the player directly to my left. I think we'll fold if he does anything risky. And just give him queen jack suited, pocket sixes, 9-10 suited, king 10 suited, stuff like that. Turn is not great, I have to admit. We'll probably make a set on the river though, right? Gonna check. No, 4 spades. It gets worse. It goes from bad to worse. And we'll take the showdown here. Ace king. Very nice. Well, luckily, he didn't want to get it in, because we would have lost that one. Would have been ace on turn. Party over. Didn't squeeze ace king either. That's tight from the small blind to not squeeze that. If this were heads up pot on the right, we would have just called, I think. I think now that we're gonna squeeze, and on the left we'll make a 4-bet. On the right now, what do we want to do? Let's check. We roll an 80. I mean, it doesn't matter what we roll. We're against a fish, but let's check anyway. Fish sometimes bet like pocket fours here for no reason, which he's just going to fold if I bet, I think. So go for the check call. 10 turn. 8 river. Still think I'm going to go for the check. Yeah, and we'll check call. Yep. So that worked out nicely. So he did just bet king 7 of clubs. And I check river. I just think he has a lot of nothing still once he checks turn. Unless he's bet flop with something specifically like king queen or ace king, I guess, that I'm gonna bet both these spots on flop. Seven turn. Do we want to overbet turn? Can't see why not. At least sometimes. Snap folds. All right. I mean, you do have more time to think about what's going on and look at the table, the dynamics of the table, the layout, the whole thing. So I don't know, might not make a difference, but I have a goal in mind. If I don't meet that goal, I'm going to quit forever. So sizing on this board, what do we go for? Like sizing like that maybe? I don't know. If I had something like ace 4 of hearts, I might not pure bet, but I think when I have the backdoor flush draw, I'm going to bet ace 4 of spades always, I think. Jack 7 offsuit. I don't know if that does any 3-betting or not. I doubt it. I doubt it. The offsuit variety. Not going to do anything with King 10 on a 100 roll anyway, so... I might miss some labels here and there just because I want to, I want to get the hands in. I don't want to be labeling every single understacker. It's going to be slow enough as it is on 2 tables, so... Open the King Jack. Called by mid position player who looks relatively normal, like 24-18, 24-18-9. So this flop, I think we do when the ace is on board in particular, it's very bad for us because most of our flushes come from having ace-x suited. I mean, that's not to say we can never have King Jack of diamonds or whatever, or King 8 of diamonds or whatever, but most of our flushes come from the ace high ones. So I think we can bet turn now though. I forgot to post the link. I'll do that now. Real quick. So we get 3-bet with an overcaller. I'm going to fold this. As tight as that seems, I'm going to fold it. And on the left, we're going to 4-bet. Probably something like this. Oh, we folded the nuts on the right side, unfortunately. Bet quarter pot here. On the left. We do get a fold. I'm just quickly trying to do something here. There we go. Done. Yeah, the king queen, the guy... I just don't see what... I mean, it is suited. Maybe I should call. But the guy hadn't played a hand for... You know, it just doesn't look like the type to be 3-betting. Nice when you make the nuts. The rest of the time, it's pretty sad. Which it's going to be most of the time. And the other guy overcalling. Who knows what he's overcalling with. But it's mostly to do with the original 3-better is just super duper tight. Probably going to go for a mix of check raise and check call here on the left. 27 probably means I check raise. 27 roll. It's not a good turn. 8-9 comes in, pocket 4s come in, 5-6 suited comes in. I think pocket 8s is never folding, pocket 9s is never folding. I'm going to do this. I don't know if this is a thing, but I'm going to do it. You should... 17-13. Well, it's not enough hands, but... I think you could certainly have something like jacks, 9s, 10s, any of these hands. I'm going to go half on river as well and fold to a shove. This I'm not sure about. Theoretically what you would do here. Maybe I'm supposed to block river instead, but... Or maybe I'm supposed to block turn. I don't know. And then we do get shoved on, which is unfortunate. I don't know. Don't know how to play that spot. He just doesn't have that much 4x. He could have the sets, though. Maybe that's too thin? I don't know. Is it thin to check raise kings on a low board? Probably on stars it is, in all honesty. I mean, he's got it, obviously. I mean, maybe that's too thin on a 7 river. Maybe I should have blocked on the 7 river, but I'm basically playing against what I think is 8s through jacks, mostly. It's a lot of combos. 8s is 6, 12, 18, maybe 24 combos of jacks there, or, you know, hands there. So, whatever. Yeah, let's turn the light on. On the right side, I'm going to call a check raise. Yeah, I don't know. That kings, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do. On the right side, we're gonna bet this size. If we get double check raise, this is extremely grotesque. We don't get double check raise though. Yeah, I don't know. That king's hand, I really don't know. I more or less tried to play it against, as if I was against the hands I said, not much 7x, not much 4x, mostly the sets and then the overpairs to the board. That's what I was thinking. But maybe he has a lot of 4x, maybe he has a lot of 7x, maybe he has a lot of obviously he'll have the full houses, but I don't know. What does he do with the hand? I mean, I know when I play it that way, when I'm bluffing, I get snap called by pocket tens there. So, probably fine. Maybe the bet size isn't theoretically optimal, but I don't think it really matters. I think it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We got an overcall here on the right side with kings. What size do we make this? We are deeper with this guy, so I think we got to go a little bit bigger. And Jack, Jack 5, what do we do? Do we ever check? A bit small. He should still have tens, he should still have queens, he should still have flush draws. He should still have all these things. I know something he's not going to have, though, is a bluff if we get raised. That's something that he's not going to have. He'll have aces. He'll have a jack somehow. He'll have pocket 7 somehow. He'll have pocket 5 somehow. But it's not going to be a bluff. Not going to be a bluff. River, I mean, we'd be targeting queens exactly. I don't think we get to bluff this river or bet this river. I'm just going to check. Could have blocked river, but I just don't see what bluffs he can have. I mean, I guess he could have something like a 9-10 suited or 8-9 suited or something, but yeah, not very many bluffs. He had 5-4 suited. Man, what is he doing? Okay, so he can have more bluffs than I think then. Well, he can't because he didn't bluff, but he can have more hands than I thought. 10-9 suited on the left. We bet flop, half pot. Got called. Checking down. Pocket fives. Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to do on the river with kings there. Maybe I should block. What are we blocking against, though? Like queens, tens, I guess. Is he going to call with those, though? I don't know. I don't know. Not playing against superstars, so I don't know if I want to do that kind of stuff or if I can just check fold, like, and not even waste the block bet. I mean, I think his hand probably should have bluffed that river. Don't see how he gets the river much weaker than that. I guess he could have some missed flush draws, but they're probably not as good to bluff with as that hand. On the right side, if we get 3-bet here, I'm probably going to trap this time. I'm going to jam the ace-queen suited on the left as well. This guy is just way out of line. At least, oh yeah, I mean, he just is. There's no other play for 50 blinds. King 10 suited. I don't know if we 3-bet this or not. I can't remember. I'm going to call. I'd rather 3-bet the offsuit ones, I think, versus the cutoff. Queens against this guy. We're just going to be 4-betting mostly, I think. On the right side here. Ace 10 on the left. I don't know if we want to use this size or not. Because we don't really have deuces and threes. But we'll do it. It's going to be barrel in turn though. We block ace queen with the ace of diamonds, which is nice. So we shall bet turn. Stop worrying about old hand. Yeah, I have a bad habit of just so many spots where I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know what to do. Difficult racket this. A lot of guessing games in this business. A lot of guessing games. Sixes we open sometimes under the gun. We'll open this time on a 26. I think it's about that often. I think fives and lower open. Actually, sixes might open a little more off. Sixes might open like half the time, and fives might open 20%, fives and lower or something. No action with the set of sixes there. That's a shame. But I've always got this, there's this clash going on all the time between, like, I don't know theory well enough to recite it, by heart in a lot of these spots. But even if I did, there's always this battle of like, well, do I want to do the, you know, protect ranges move and all this stuff? I mean, probably not. Probably not. Yeah, just gonna 3-bet here. On the left side. We're just getting started with the new plan. The new, well, the do or die this is. Oh man. This is so cruel. But I saw someone do something like this earlier and he had 5-6 suited. I don't know if this guy's like that, but I mean, I'm going to put it in with kings and don't care. So, he has aces, so be it. He has ace king. We're going to win one of them at least. We get them both. Alright. That's nice. So if I don't get a certain result by... I got 49 days to do it. If the result isn't what I want, I'm giving it up completely. On 2 tables. So... If I, and that means if I screw up the hours also, that also includes that. But if I don't get the win rate I want, it also includes that. What do we do with King Jack? With the Jack of clubs on this board against the tight player. I'm gonna fold against tight player. And over here we get the small 4-bet. I'm gonna, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna just call. Oh. Can't tell you how many ace-high boards we've had with kings in the last 3 days, or not even 3 days, in the last 3 weeks. Unreal. 10-8 of hearts, bets into a dry side pot. I don't even know what that is. That's just absurd. But it's lucky enough to get the ace high board to come off. Any other board that's not an ace, he's not going to be too thrilled. I don't know why he does that. There's no... one big blind winner in these games. So that, I mean, what are you going to do? I could have re-raised, I suppose, pre-flop, but I want to... I mean, we're 200 blinds deep. I don't think I want to get kings in pre-flop, in all honesty, against these people. Don't want to get kings in, and obviously he can have some shenanigans because he just had 10-8 for some reason. So there's that as well. Just the worst board, worst board in the world. Ace Queen X is the worst. It's the worst 3 cards you could have put out there. You could not hand pick. If you had to hire someone to hand pick 3 cards in that situation, that's the 3 you would pick. Literally, the 3 you would pick. All 3 of them. Ace 4 Queen. Rainbow. Perfect. Almost too perfect, in a sense. If you catch my drift. I mean, we just won kings versus ace king, but I mean, I ran into, and I played this guy earlier and lost 3 buy-ins to him running into aces every hand, aces and kings every hand, and he's doing stuff like that. Yeah. All right. King Jack against what I perceive to be a lot of pocket pairs and a lot of other stuff. I'm just gonna go half pot this time. And we'll fold pretty happily on flop. So we got 49 days. If things haven't come together in the way that I think they should, I'm done like dinner. Absolutely done. 49 days. That's what we got. June 18th. Well, I guess it's like 52 days, but still. We go a little bigger when we're deeper like this. Somewhere around 8 blinds, I think. We get this flop. A bit small. We got kind of double blockers here for the queen and the 10, ace queen suited, ace 10 suited, even pocket 10s we block. And a bet again. That might be one of our better triple barrel hands. I'm not sure I would fire river, but I would want to. Ace 9 suited. I don't think this 3 bets that much from these positions. I don't believe, but I could be wrong. King queen offsuit. I'm not sure either, but I think this does 3 bet sometimes. Over here. Kings again on the left table. We get to cold 4 bet. Okay, I think we make this like... I'm just going to make it 22. On the left side. Looks like he's going to fold. King queen suited on the left. We can play this. Small bet on flop. Four straight turn. I mean, do we have to check this now? I think so. And he probably has every ace jack, every jack queen, every king jack, every jack 9, all these hands. For bluffs, what could he be bluffing with? He could have missed clubs. He could have something like ace x of clubs, I guess. Yeah. It's just jack queen. Yeah. I don't really know what I'm supposed to call there with, or like what hand, but I think if you just use your range, like 2 pair has to be relatively up there. In a situation where he can have, no, I don't think I'll bluff catch in every situation, but in ones where he could potentially have a lot of the flush draws being in the big blind. Like he could just have, I guess that means he has more jack X as well though. But he might check raise some of his jack X of clubs. But he could just have, you know, 5-3 of clubs or 4 deuce of clubs or whatever. All these hands. So that's why we call that time. On the right side, we have top pair. With the player behind as well. This kind of sucks. I mean, sometimes I guess you're folding the best hand, but honestly, with the player behind, I don't see how we call there. Player behind could check flop with something like ace jack, ace 10, ace 8. And the other guy looked relatively straightforward as well. I don't know, maybe I should have called there. What are his bluffs though? Like you'd have to have offsuit king jack and jack 10 and all. He didn't look like the type to have that sort of thing. Give this guy a label. I had played a hand against this guy earlier where something weird happened. I can't remember what it was though. But something went down. Well, I'm gonna get 4-bet one of these times by this guy, but we'll 3-bet again on the left. But I kind of expect one of these times to get 4-bet. Ace 9, no diamond on this board. We roll a 17. Let's just bet on the 17 roll. I'll check my bigger aces and, you know, maybe even some of my weaker ones with no diamond. Just gonna bet again. Friendly Neighborhood 4 straight comes in. Yeah, let's do this. King 9, check call flop, check call turn with king high. That can't be ideal, but works out. Gets the chop. No way the flop is a call. No way. Not against that size. 2/3 pot almost. King 9 with the 9 of diamonds. Once he gets past the turn, it's kind of standard, I guess, but pocket 9s will call this time. Nine's no spade on this board. What do you do? I think we call still. And queen's on the right. We'll go for the 3-bet. A little smaller because he is short. Ace on every flop, I guess. Or by the river. We're just going to bet small. Yeah. What can you do? Nothing. That's what you can do. We did win with 9s, though. He had jack 7 of clubs. I mean, it's just, you just never get a board that, you know. I mean, it's around, you know, 8 to 9 out of 10 times you get boards like that when you have kings and queens, you're going to be in trouble. This one's better, though. This ace queen board over here, we'll bet small. Turn is a brick. Can we get a brick river? Can we overbet? I think we can on the double flush draw board. And obviously, I don't have to name the amount of bluffs we can have here. There's a million. We got the. We're spoiled for choice if we want to have bluffs in this spot. There's a bunch. Well, there's an hour in. I was gonna do 2 hours tonight, and then the real big hours, they're coming. They're coming. And like I say, we got around 50 days to sort this out. If it doesn't work by then, it's never going to. So, pocket tens. I think against a player like this, I'm just gonna go big. So we'll pause now. Go outside after this hour. Pause. I'm gonna start sitting out next blind on 2 tables, I think, just because it'll be a little faster. And we won't lose any EV doing this, so. Ace-8 offsuit. I guess we could actually open this on this table. I think this opens. Ace-8 on this board on a 97 roll. I mean, I could probably just range bet this, to be honest, but I'm going to check on a 97 with these middling aces. We'll check. Check again. Yeah, the problem we have is what do you do on the river when you face a bet? What ace highs do you call with? Do you call with any? Probably not. Theoretically, yes. In practice, probably not. Although I don't think his hand's necessarily a bluff. King deuce, he's got a lot of... That one has to be getting in the realm of bluffs, though. Jack, but he got some jack highs, and yeah, maybe not. Let's half pot this board. Tree on turn. Connects pretty well with big blind's floating range, I would think. What do we have going on here for blockers? We block pocket nines. Got no real equity to speak of other than just the overcards. I think we'll bet again. We roll a 32. We're gonna want to bet some of these hands. And he'll have just ace high floats. Like he'll have, well, most people will have, where did that hand go? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, most, he'll have like ace 10 and ace jack and ace 8 and ace whatever. Maybe even some stuff like king 10 and king jack and king queen. Who knows? But anyway, I'll be back. All right. Let's see. Back in. Start the clock. Ace Jack on the right. Ooh. Ooh, 12-6 over 16 hands. Not that many hands. I'm just going to squeeze. We're not deep with the regular, so we are a little deeper with the button. Sometimes going to call this too. I mean, we rolled 103 bet it, so depends on what the buttons do, what the buttons like, I guess. This is what I do. We'll open this. King 8 offsuit's going to be a fold every single time. Curious to see how many hands we play. I'd expect to get around 900 at least over this 2-hour period. So we'll see what we end up with after this is over. I'd expect 920 minimum. Another squeeze spot here. I'm going to min raise button on the right because this dude's a little short. Or quite short, not a little. Yeah, I'll just bet flop. Happily bet fold this. Snap check call, we're going to give up. Alright. Not sure about that one. Ace 5, I mean, yeah. I mean, he gets really wide range. He may be never folding flop, though. He might just be into hell with it mode and decide that he's just not going to fold the flop. But he doesn't have to fold very much for that to work out, so. This dude is nitty as hell. This guy, one-time lucky from the United Kingdom. We're going to call deeper, 175 blinds deep or so. With pocket eights. Eights, no spade. Reverse half pot or less, we're certainly going to call flop. Even without the spade. Against this size, it's a no-brainer. Do we ever raise here with eights? No spade. I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to call. Not a very good turn for exact 2 cards. We will have stuff like Queen X of spades and things like that sometimes. This is an odd bet size to take. What is this, like jacks? Or something? I'm gonna fold. I don't think Ace King does that. I think Ace King is gonna look for some fold equity and not bet 1/3 pot on turn. I think, yeah. I think that's a scared overpair that thinks I might have queens or I still could have sevens or a 10. Or it's something like jacks, maybe. Or even just like king queen that turned to queen. Or queen jack suited that turned to queen. I don't think it's pocket nines. But even if it is, that still beats me. So, go half pot here on the left. This time, check raise massive. Fold. Yeah, we got a nit in the small blind. Not gonna get 3-bet much by him. He's hovering somewhere near 1% thus far. Pocket sevens will fold on the left. Pot size lead. Sevens with a spade. Not going to fold just yet. I think we have to fold turn though. Yeah, I've switched to 2 tables, so we got absolutely demolished earlier, and I've decided I got something. There's some I'm doing something. There's some expectation to be had, and I got 50 days of this, and then I'm done. If the expectation isn't met, we're finished. Ace 8 suited. Do we ever bet this? Sometimes, I imagine. Ace 5 on the left. I'm going to play this as if I've got something like Queen 10 or King Queen. Because that's pretty much what we have with Ace 5. Other than the blocker. So river, he's just not going to turn something like pocket 4s into a bluff. I don't think. So we'll do this. 5s on the right. We'll continue to check. Take the showdown on the right, hopefully. He had Queen 10 of hearts himself. So on the right, he's checked down to the river and bet. Half pot. Yeah. I'm going to call just because he's a fish. That's the only reason. He had a hand you'd expect him to have, I think, from a fishy line, but I've seen fish do too much weird stuff to fold there, I think. Like he could just bet a 4 for no reason. I think I'd fold pocket 3s, and I'm going to call with 5s plus pretty much every time. And something that beats a 7, I'm probably going to block myself on the river, mostly. So 5s and 6s are going to be never folds for me there. And 7x, also. Not against that guy. That will get the hours. It will get a little more, actually. But it should work out to be around 170, 180,000 hands when it's all said and done. And if I can't beat these games for over that sample 2 table, and if I can't beat them for what the number I have set, then I'm gonna have to give it up. That's all there is to. I know 180,000 hands isn't a lot, but it's not nothing. So here we end up multi-way on the right side. Flop a queen with no back doors. That's unfortunate. That's a shame. And obviously, any sort of donk lead, we're just going to fold with the player behind. There's nothing we can do. Fold on the left. Fold 3s under the gun. Standard. Jacks will open. 7-6 suited, we might 3-bet sometimes. I think... yeah, we'll do it this time. Don't really want to call, even though there is a fish in the small blind. It's tempting to call, but the break is just too much of a thing to overcome, I believe. Yeah, just don't think we can. And we get 4-bet by the fish. Bad time to 3-bet it, I suppose. Yep. It's going to be a lot of hours. And if I fail on that part too, I'm giving it up also. So it's a double whammy. If I fail on the volume expectation, even one day of failure, and it's curtains. It's curtains. So we fucked around long enough. It's either do or die. What is this open size here? 3.2x. What does that even mean? I'm gonna 3-bet still. Because I don't really know what it means. It might mean nothing. And he is stealing a shit ton of small blinds. 62% so far. Alright. When he goes bigger, I like 3-betting more than... I mean, we rolled a 1 as well. That doesn't hurt. Go a little bigger when we're deeper. Slightly deeper anyway. Somewhere around 8 blinds, I think, is what we're supposed to go. In theory. Pocket 9s with a club on this board, slightly deeper. Gonna be checking this board a good amount. We do roll a 6. I'm gonna check though. I think this hand plays well as a check. Call turn. Try not to get the... Yeah. Well, that's not ideal. Check river. Probably going to lose the tender jacks now, I guess. But ace jack offsuit. Okay. They don't always have tender jacks there, I guess. When they're green, especially. Ace queen offsuit on the left. This guy is pretty tight, actually. So I'm going to check this one with no diamond this time against the tight player. Tight player. Holding turn pretty happily. I didn't notice his stats though until we were already on the flop, but I probably still would have 3-bet him anyway. I think I probably overdo it with ace queen offsuit. I don't think it's pure 3-bet. Especially against tight players. Got a dude with 13 blinds here in the small blind. A6 suited. This might 3-bet some amount. I don't think it's... I don't know. I'm gonna do it. It might be a little less than this, but he's folding a shit ton, so we'll do it a little more against him than what the chart says. Ten-7 of diamonds. Turn a 7. Check. Call. Well, it makes a 9 less likely, so that's good. Just think we face 0 bluffs on river is the problem. So we'll fold that one pretty happily. We block 10s. I mean, he's not going to value bet 10s on that river, so that doesn't matter. I don't know what he's value betting. I have no idea. I just don't think he's bluffing when the 9 pairs. I think turn call is standard. Pre-flop standard. Turn call standard. Maybe that even 3-bets occasionally pre-flop. I don't know. Wouldn't be the end of the world if he did it, I don't think. Over here on the left, we got jacks on this board. Seems like a pretty good spot to check. We could bet 2. I'm just going to bet this time with the jack of hearts on a 42 roll. That's kind of cuspy, I think. And we do get check raised for the minimum, just about. We're calling. Okay. I think when you get into the realm of like min check raises, really tiny check raises like that, it could be anything. not an ideal river. We do block stuff like Jack Queen though. Gonna have to check. I think on this river. I mean, what? I guess you could have something like Ace 10, King 10. That's about it. But you could also have the rest of the Queen Jacks. Could have Queen 10. Could have King Queen. Could have Queen X of Hearts. It's a bad river, basically. He did have Ace 10 though. Alright. I don't know. Should I bet that river or not? I just don't know. It's a bad one. Because he can still have straights as well. Like, I've seen people check raise Jack 8 or 6-8 like that. Shit their pants when the board pairs. And check. I've seen it a lot of times, actually. I think I might just fold queens here on the right against this guy. I don't think I got enough hands, though, do I? I only got 69 hands. Yeah, not enough hands. I'm going to call. I don't think it's enough hands to fold. I've said I'm going to fold before and called, and the guy ended up having like 9s or 10s before, and I've seen jacks and stuff. I think on the ace high board, though, we're going to be getting out of here. The hands we were ahead of, we're no longer ahead of. Have an ace high board with these like kings and queens hands once in a while. How many is that now? I think we've had one board that didn't come. We had one board that didn't come ace high today, like the whole day. Probably out of 15 times, I think. It's been one of those days. I mean, 2 tables isn't going to save you from, you know, that kind of stuff. I realize that, but yeah. I think ace king, we just have to call it off, unfortunately. Unfortunately, he just rips pocket eights. Okay. Sure. It works out. Works a charm. I played for a bit. I've done the leaderboards earlier. I was 4-tabling before, but yeah. Lost about 7 buy-ins in the process. Just that kind of stuff. Just, you know, silly things. Got it in against 6-7 suited once. Lost that one. I got ace king against kings 2 or 3 times. Lost all of those. Got queens against. I had queens against aces in a. It was a weird one. Sometimes we 4-bet this, I think, but not this time. Like, I don't know how the fuck these guys play 80,000 hands and win 12 BB. Imagine how you gotta run to do that. I mean, I'm not saying I'm as good a player as he is, but I know he's not that much better. Can't be that much better. It's just can't be. So, I mean, they must just, you know, they must just get good spots sometimes or something. Few and far between, I call them. But you're gonna lose flips, that's gonna happen. Not that surprised that, you know, well, nothing really surprises me now, but. Yeah, it's not a great spot anyway. People aren't going to have the bluffs, obviously. Although I have run into ace queen in that spot before. Right, the ace king. Usually it's ace king or jacks or tens or. So it's a better break even call, I think, at best. But if you're throwing the random factor, it might be a little better than that. Going to be high variance though. That's fine. Ace-10 offsuit will obviously not do anything here. And at least I'll be able to keep track of what I'm doing a little better. Like I'll know if I'm playing terrible or if I'm, you know, if it is a variance or whatever. I'll know that instead of having to worry about it. I'll just be able to take the time to kind of, you know, suck it in. Take it all in. But the bigger hours will start when the challenge resets on Sunday. So we'll be sitting here doing this all day Sunday for a lot of hours on Sunday. Hopefully. 7-8 suited is not a pure open in the cutoff at these stakes. Open it like a quarter of the time or something. In theory. I'm gonna flat, but this is something I'm gonna flat button here this time against this guy. Something I wouldn't normally do, but I've been 3-betting the fucking absolute hell out of him. And I'm looking for the 4-bet. It's gonna happen. So, and we had the right blinds to kind of do it, I think. So, call flop. What are the odds of a jack or a 7 non-spade? Jack 7-9. Call again. 4 of clubs. I mean, we have to bet this, right? We get 4-bet massive on the right. We'll fold. Yeah. Get min check raise. All right. All right. You got the perfect hand to bet, and you still can't get value. Okay, unbelievable. Tell me how you get 12 big blinds over 80,000 hands. Yeah. If you just get no spots. I can tell you how to get 1 big blind. I can't tell you how to get 10 times that. I think that's, I mean, you know, I don't know what he has, but I think we value bet that hand. I mean, I don't think, you know, I think that's like, yeah, I don't know what he has. Probably just, I have no idea. Maybe a set. A6 of clubs on the right. What do we want to do? Against the range, it's probably too wide. I'm just going to bet with the backdoor flush draw on overcard. We'll limp in here on the left. Obviously, the guy who never does anything raises. Got a 3% 3-bet. Three bet on the right sometimes, even though we are slightly deeper. I'm still going to do it. Flop this. We'll start with the small bet, I suppose. We do get a fold. All right. I'm not gonna. Oh yes, I am gonna open this. Ah, this dude's actually kind of nitty. Give him the nit. We'll give him the nit label. Fold, fold. 30 minutes left. I'll be curious to see how many hands I got. I'm hoping it's at least, based on my calculation, it should be around 920 at least. But I'm not going to look until I'm done. Five, four suited. We'll take a flop over here. And no backdoor diamonds. Five high. We could do both. I'm going to bet this time we'll go for the half pot. On the right, we flop a set. And we get the nine of spades turn, which isn't quite what you're after. We get check raised on the left, and I think once we get check raised, I'm going to fold with no backdoor draw this time. Gonna have to check on the right. Four straight, four flush. I'm gonna have to fold tens here. I'll pretend that didn't happen for the 7,000th time today. I'll just ignore it. Look the other way. Nothing to see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that stuff from now on. There's nothing I can do about it, and it's just like this spot always bringing the queen of spades or the six of spades or whatever. Same thing. Nothing I can do about that. I'm gonna check flop. Pot size bet. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're gonna check call. See? I mean, there's just some things you just can't. I mean, I didn't call the suit. But I mean, that's just, there's something going on. Like, how can that be possible to do that? We block the king. Huh. I'm gonna check this one with the king of clubs. Blocking the king, I think, is, like, if I had the nut flush here, I would bet. But blocking the king, I'm gonna go with the check call. Because, yeah, there you go. I mean, it didn't hurt us that time, but same token, how does it keep happening? Somebody tell me. I want to know. Looks like we're all in here. Even though this guy is deep, I don't think. I mean, he shouldn't really have any calls. Shouldn't, that is, until we run into the slow played aces. Queen jack on the ace high board. Call probably. Oh, kings. He's only 3-betting 13%. Nice. I don't see what else you do there with ace king suited, really. Just a tragic number of all-in pre-flops that you lose. That's the problem. One of the problems. That's just one of the problems. I guess we have to fold here with two pair. This is another one of the problems. Do we have to fold here with two pair? I think we do. I think I want to 4-bet tens here. With this player involved. The button shouldn't really be able to call this. He should have to jam or fold. Unless he's going to trap, I guess. But I think, yeah. 6 queen queen. Yeah, I don't like our. I don't like this now. I'm gonna check. I think we run into jacks too much for this to be a wonderful spot. He just goes for that size. Why would he do that? With maybe a trap like aces, he might do that. But would he go that big with aces? Yeah, it's hard to have nothing though, isn't it? He's put that other guy. I could be like ace, king of spades that he didn't shove pre-flop. That would be about it. Don't know. Could just have a queen as well. That's another problem. I don't know. Not sure what you do there besides what I did. You could call, I suppose. But I think with the other player, like I'm happy to get it in with the other player. No problem. But, yeah. Just gotta keep playing, see what happens. Imagine getting 12 big blinds, though. Can you imagine that? What that would be like? Like how you have to run to get that? That's why I think it's probably not a real graph. I've never even been close to that. Not even half that. Not even a quarter of that. Yeah. I know by the way he talks about hands that he's not a total genius. So, but it could, could be that much variance over that many hands, though, I guess. I don't know. A lot of people struggling. CG's having a rough go. I don't even know if he's beating the games, to be honest. Not for much. It can't be for much, I don't think. Everybody's struggling. At least on stars they are. Must be somebody doing well, though. Ace 5 suited. With a fish in the blinds, I think we'll call this. Flop. Absolutely nothing. Check it down. Pocket nines will call on this roll. No 9 for you. Easy check call. Probably going to get what? The jack of clubs. Oh, 6 of hearts. Got the board pairing. Maybe a 7 river now. I don't know. It's got to be a 7 or a jack. 9, 10 has to get there. Ooh, it could be a 9 though. And let jack 10 get there. No, it's a king. Jack. We win that one. What did he have? He had ace 4 offsuit with the ace of spades. All right. Ace 7 suited here on the right. Flop by flush draw. Could bet, could check. I think against the wide ranges, we're just going to bet. On the left, we'll just bet again as well. And I think with the 10 of hearts, this isn't great, but I think we can just bet the river. I'm going to check the A7, bet on the left. Yeah, because I don't want to bet and get ripped on here. This is a card he could do some ripping on as well with something like Jack Queen or something like that. We'll check call turn. 4 straight comes in. We have the dummy end of it this time. Just pretend that's not happening every 3 hands. Just pretend. Go with it. Even though, I mean, we won the pot and we're complaining, so he had 10-8 of clubs. So that's a hand that could potentially shove turn as well. Down here on the bottom, or not the bottom right, the right, there is no bottom anymore. We're gonna 3-bet king 6. Eight, 9 offsuit. I don't think I'm gonna limp this even if I had the opportunity. I don't believe. King queen will open though. Open this on the left. Queen 9. Ace jack against the nitty guy. I think we still, well, we are a little deeper. Geez, I don't know what to do with this. I think probably just still 3-bet it. I don't know. He's 18, 12, 3. Assume me. I don't know. Don't know. I'm gonna check flop. I mean, we know he probably has every pocket pair. We know that. Every ace queen, possibly ace king. Call turn. And we'll take the check. He has ace queen offsuit. Yeah, that's the problem with the 3-bet. Maybe that's the bottom of his range. Maybe I shouldn't be 3-betting that hand. But I don't know. His turn bet's just absolutely retarded there. Like, his kicker doesn't even play, and he's betting on the king. He blocks pocket queens. I can still have ace king. I can have pocket kings. I can have aces. I can even have quads. I don't think I check quads though. Just bad. They're all just bad. That's all I can say. Just bad. But you never have the right hand. That's the problem. Like, why don't I have ace king there? Make him pay for that mistake. You just never do. Very rare. Very rare. Very rare. Yeah, I mean, it's fine, I guess. Ace queen. Call. It's fine. We'll 3-bet super user here with king jack, even though we didn't roll it. He plays very, very, very honestly from these positions, and naturally we get the overcall. This guy. Oh, this guy. I remember the hand now. This guy overcalled a 3-bet with pocket deuces from the small blind when I was the button. I 3-bet against the. I 3-bet against the cutoff. He overcalled in small blind with deuces. In flop came like deuce, queen, 6 or something. I had ace, queen. Turn came a queen. He's got the full house. I got the top trips. I'm gonna check turn here. Well, now we lose to king, jack of clubs. We do beat missed hearts. We do beat things like that. We can't bet this though. He just has king, queen, and possibly ace, king still. So pocket threes. Well, there you go. Just told the story about his pocket twos, and what does he have? Pocket threes that call and call the flop on top. Unreal. And can't get a board where you can value it against these people though. You know, I mean, I guess we got as much value as we should from threes really, but you never know. I mean, if the river's not a club, maybe I bet and he calls with threes. You never know. You never know. So he literally set mines 100% in 3-bet pots from any position against anybody. It doesn't matter what's happened. A7 on the right. Let's check. I don't know what you do here. I think you probably do both bet and check. I'm going to check. Check and call. Probably get jack turn this time. It's going to be a jack or an 8, but I'm going to go with jack. Jack or an 8 was a good call. I mean, whatever the worst card is for your actual hand is generally what comes. 8, jack are both not very good. River will check. And if he bets river, he probably does have an 8, I'm guessing, most of the time. That's a good card for him to bluff. Good card for him to bluff. Yeah, I mean, I think this is just an 8, but I'll pay him. 9-3, check 2 pair on turn. Okay. Okay, I should have just folded river, but it's such a small size. Didn't expect him to check 9-3 there in a single raise pot. Maybe in a 3-bet pot that turn check would make some sense. Like if you 3-bet it somehow, but you know, I mean, give me some spots like that where I have 2 pair. And, you know, blind on blind, other person has a hand like mine. They just make a bunch of hands. 9-3 is never a call pre-flop. You can 3-bet it once in a while maybe, but I don't think you call it. Not in this rake. Ace jack on the right, we flop nothing. We'll bet small though. $15 to go. Definitely more calm on 2 tables than 4, I think. It still sucks that all these things happen all the time, but at least it's not overwhelming to the point where you just can't play. Like I don't feel that. I don't feel the urge to quit. And you can tell it's different because I haven't even I can get through an hour without stopping. So I played 1 hour, went outside, and we're gonna get through the second hour. I can't do that on 4 tables. I gotta stop like every 20 minutes. Sometimes less. Jack 9 on this board. Probably gonna bet sometimes. I didn't look at the roll, but we'll bet it this time. Yeah, we'll bet again. I think some of these random hands with just overcards to the board are going to do some betting. Alright, nothing we can do there. Maybe he had a bluff. I don't know. Up against the nutmakers of stars. It's tough. This dude, we got no hands on him. We'll just give him the fish label. Sevens check down. It'll turn eventually. I mean, it has to turn, right? Has to. And honestly, I'm a little worried that it's not going to. A little worried. That's why we're doing this. Concerned. Let's say. Give this guy a label. Knit. Flop absolutely nothing with Queen 10. Can't even flop a fucking backdoor flush draw. That's how bad we are. Oh, we turned a 10 though. Little whining in it. You gotta whine it in, see. That's what you gotta do. Yeah, we'll just half pot turn. I think we could still get check raised by the big blind here. This guy calls. 3 of clubs, river. I mean, the heart is better than the club. We'll block, though. Block, river. I mean, I really don't believe he's doing this with a hand like pocket sixes or pocket sevens or whatever. We have to fold. Nice flop for queens again. Let's start with a check. Check and call with the queen of diamonds. It's a diamond turn. Check call on the left. Diamond river here. I mean, he shouldn't really have the king of diamonds very much. I'm just going to go big. You'd have to have ace king with the king of diamonds or king 8 offsuit with the king of diamonds. I don't think he has any of those, so we'll bet. I mean, we could be running well. We don't know. We really don't know. That's what I wish I knew for sure, that it was, could be running hot and don't realize it. That could also be a thing. What the hell do you do here? With jacks. I think against Boris, we're just gonna 4-bet. And not get it in. I'm gonna fold to a shove. But he likes to call a 4-bet. Does Boris. 4-8-5. I think we just bet this one. Do we? I got a funny feeling we're going to end up getting it in here against something like ace-5 of diamonds. Or he's just got 6-7. He's just got 6-7 already. King turn. King queen of diamonds. We block king jack of diamonds, so that's nice. Do we bet jacks again, though? That's the question. I don't know if we do or not, but I'm going to. I don't think he jams king queen of diamonds. I think he gets ace king in pre-flop, typically. I mean, maybe he jams that. I don't know. Could he ever have something like ace queen of spades or something like that? Probably not. I don't even know what I'm betting against on the turn. I have no idea. I'm gonna pay him though, because I want to see his hand. Oh, he has aces. There's that as well. There's not much king X though, really. I considered aces pre-flop. I didn't consider it on turn though, because I don't know why you'd want to jam that card. I guess double flush draw. Yeah, I shouldn't be calling there, but I have to know. I have to know, and I don't know what I'm doing on turn as far as like, what should I do? Should I check? I don't know. Maybe. Should just fold though. We're on the wrong end of every setup though. Every pre-flop situation. You're on the wrong end of it. Most aggressive players in the pool have aces every time you have kings. Oh man. Should have just folded though. Blocking the jack of diamonds is whatever. I think he's more likely to shove spades though. I think he's more likely to shove spades. Like ace queen of spades or ace jack of spades, or you know, some weird float like ace four of spades or something like that. So then he has diamonds at least. They don't have to do any of that stuff. They just get dealt the right cards. Just get dealt aces. King, queen of hearts. We flop nothing. Go with the larger size on this board this time. Ace on the turn. We'll bet again. We do block ace queen of hearts, which I don't think it matters on this board. He's going to float ace queen anyway. But we have a good hand to bet, so we'll do it. On the left side, I guess we'll check this time. Straight comes in. And just get raised. Raised every hand. The fourth straight comes here on the left. I'm going to go to GG right before your very eyes. Right before your very eyes. We'll be out of here. Yep. It's not going to come, though. It's going to be like the king of spades this time. So. Or jack of spades. So that's good. Or he'll fold. Or he's just got queen 10 already. It's gotta be queen 10. What else can it be? There is nothing else it can be. But I figured the board was gonna pair. Once the spade comes on the turn. Oh, he's bluffing on that board. Okay, so people never bluff, but he's somehow got a bluff. What bluff can he have there that peels flop? 9-10 of spades, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what I was doing with that jack's hand. I don't know how to play it. That's the problem. I don't know if I should bet turn or not. It's too thin. Probably just too thin, right? Got caught up against that exact player, I think. That's the problem sometimes. But we'll get over it. Pretty bad, though, to be doing that when you're two tabling, for example. But whatever. Whatever. I mean, if I'd have had queens, I mean, it's the same hand. It's almost the same hand. He could have queens, and he's not jamming queens on the turn, though. So he never has queens. It's some sort of aces, kings. He won't have kings either, I don't think. Probably just aces and whatever bluffs he could have. I don't know. Whatever king X. I don't know. Queens. We're gonna do the old 4-bet. Get called. Do we ever half pot this board? I don't think so. I think we just go small. Maybe we do, though. I don't know. I'm going to go small. Never seen this guy before. I don't know anything about him. I think Queens just wants to shove this board once flush draw comes, especially. I don't know. No Queen of Diamonds. Get the tank fold. I bluffed in a spot like that earlier. It was a queen high board. I had a bluff guide, king, queen. Couldn't have king jack that time, or ace jack, I suppose. Whatever. I don't know. See, that the jack spot doesn't really exist in theory, so it's hard to know what to do there. But I don't think I played it. I don't know. It's easy to level yourself into some of these calls, though, thinking people are more aggressive than they are. Like, the jacks is just not the hand to do it with. I hate investing a bunch of money in a pot, though, and then having to give up on it. I really do. Now, that turn wouldn't have been a king. Let's say it would have been the deuce of spades, and we bet, and he shoved. Would that be any better to call? Like, I just don't think he has a king there very much. So I don't think it's much different than it being a deuce, really. Over here, we got this. Did we just jam this with the fish involved? Nine, 5, 8, 2 hearts. This might be one where we bet like half pot. This might be one where we like jam too. Like that sometimes can happen, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna go half and just not fold. I mean, is there any chance he folds a hand like sevens or whatever? Jack 10 even comes in, but yeah, just rip it. Whatever. He does fold. Alright, so there's 2 hours in. It's a rough one. That Jack's hand I regret somewhat. The rest of it, I think, was mostly standard. Ace 3 suited. Yeah, we'll call this time. Last hand, so See how many hands we got in. Definitely a loser, but gotta play better than what I am. We got over 1,000 hands in there, so that's cool. We broke about even. After this hand, we'll be down a little bit. Up in EV with one really colossal, maybe a couple of colossal screw ups, but yeah. The Jack's hand is, man, level city. I'm gonna call twice with ace 3, especially versus this size. You can still have something like, I think people do bluff with stuff like king, queen in these spots and queen, jack and stuff, blocking the ace. 9-10 comes in, diamonds miss. Yeah, I'm gonna pay him this time. Ace king. All right. I'm in a weird mood today. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm probably shouldn't have even played this session. In all honesty, just after that last 4-tabling session, I don't know. I can't. I mean, part of me wanted to do some weird stuff just to test to see if I can do what these people are doing. Like that ace 3 normally a fold, river's normally a fold, the jacks is usually a fold. I mean, they call against me all the time with hands like this, and I just don't have it. Or they just make the nuts. So, I mean, that was sort of a, I won't say an experimental session, but we did some things we normally wouldn't do for sure. In a few situations. So, like, I kind of went in with that mindset a little bit of thinking I have to do something differently to overcome whatever's happening. So, anyway, I'm done.